Shaquille Branspeski and Jaquela Brown. Coach, if you want to have opening remarks, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, I mean, I first have to talk about first the character of Sean too, in our you know, our talk at the end of the game. I mean, you know, he does a phenomenal job. JMU's history, you know, my background with JMU, and I have the utmost respect. And for us to, you know, come in and compete, you know, at a high level and beat them is a great honor, but a ton of respect for them, and just proud of my players today.
Questions?
Coach, your team was down 10 at half. What was your mindset going into that second half?
Well, you know, we didn't have a fussy session. I just asked them. You know, I do empower my kids. I don't care who gets the credit. Sometimes they all think they can coach, and I have to like chum them down a little bit. But I don't really care about that. If they feel like they are accountable and they're helping us win in whatever facet, that helps us become great. So, but I looked at them and asked them, I need you right now to listen to me. And I said, this is one time. You know, let's don't fight anything. Because we had talked at one time out too about just not being, you know, we had good competition, we're getting a little bit chippy, not with anything, but just with our intensity of wanting to play, and y'all know too much competitive energy like that can go negative. So I just stated what I needed to state and talked individually about certain people, talked about, you know, what people were bringing for us, but then the rebounding, we wrote it on the board. You know, we knew they had 10 boards against us right there, we had 12 turnovers, and I said, if you want to win the game, that's what you got to do. I said, you don't have to win the rebounding, but you sure as heck can't, you know, let it continue in this way. And kudos to Jalen Hines, started the third quarter, she took out Cooper Williams just by being tough and did a great job, you know, hitting those boards and just really made an impact. And then obviously we talked about going into this game how one person can make a difference in a game, whether it's, you know, she hasn't been a starter all year long, whether it's a support player, and, you know, JK did that for us today.
And just adding to that, I know you mentioned that you know Boogie Brzezowski came from a 42-point game. You're going to need someone else to step up because you know JMU is great defensively. They're going to lock that down. Just speak on, you know, Alana Hernandez-Hill hitting big threes in the second half. Jaquela Brown, you played an awesome game. Can you just speak on how much it means to you guys that so many people were able to step up when Boogie seemed to be struggling in the early parts? Well,
the defense too, right? So I mean, I think that's what made a difference in the entire game. Let's just, you know, it is good for us to make some shots. That's been a little bit of our nemesis throughout the year, but you know, our defense has really kicked in, you know, led by this one here. But yeah, Anna hit big shots when we needed. Again, you know, Sandra Carson came in with energy the entire time. Even in that first half when we were kind of faulting with energy, I kept coming. I said, I want to play with her today. I said, that's who I want to play with today. I said, because we got to play with house money and be positive and don't get all bent out of shape, you know, if things aren't going our way. And so for them, you know, I even sat down at the start of the third. I was like, they got to figure this out. You know, they already know they got to figure it out. So, you know, that's how you win games. That's how you win games at this level. Other folks got to step up. And we said that, you know, I spoke to you about that yesterday. I said that actually after the win. I just reminded everybody that, you know, they're going to probably put the house on Boogie. So we've got to distribute and facilitate. And we got the ball inside, you know, late too. Jalen hit some big buckets for us. But I think the defense and the rebounding, you know, down the stretch made a difference. Yep.
Coach, you're headed to the semifinals now. How does it feel?
Ask JK first, and then I'll tell you how it feels.
It feels great, just knowing that we came in as underdogs and everyone counted us out before we even stepped on the floor. So we just proved to them that we can play at the right time, right moment.
Yep, I said, you know, many times in the time today, I kept saying, you know, past was past, let's just be in the present right now. I kept saying that all the time. I said, what is past is past, let's be in the present. Present, you're rebounding, present, you're doing this. So to be where we are now and have this nice win, I think I kind of heard it was the first time a one's gone down. I don't know if that's correct, but you know, I don't know if that's all CA history or whatever, but, you know, to have some good little milestones yesterday, you know, Boogie just had beyond, you know, one of the best things, representative of Hofstra, representative of the CAA, representative of everything, and then just to have that represent Hofstra, you know, today with another, you know, huge milestone, huge marker is pretty awesome to be, you know, sitting here, because I know how tough the end of this is. I mean, look at this. We all know how tough. We watch enough basketball, men and women's side. It's tough as all get out. So now we just got to focus on our next, you know, group of who we're playing and, you know, handle that and just keep enjoying ourselves and play free, because, you know, this is a fun place to be in. And just really proud of the group. My staff obviously got a lot of, you know, help off the bench today. And, you know, I can't say enough about that from Cy and Con and Darius and Sky. So it was good.
Segue, where's this coaching-wise wins for you in terms of being associated with?
Right? That's pretty high, you know.
Or even going back to your playing days at NC State.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that AC championship my freshman year was pretty awesome. But you know, you do, you know, playing in front of 22,000 people in the Elite Eight, the Texas, you know, so all those kind of moments that you just remember. But for them, this is what's been you know, again, one game at a time. My heart and soul has just been wanting to have these kids have the experience that I did. And it doesn't matter if it was 25 years ago or whatever it is, just that feeling, you don't forget it. You remember every sight and sound and smell, you know, from, you know, and it's been a long time for me. So that I've wanted that for my program, you know, every way. And there's been times you've just been heartbroken. In the win over JMU, if you want to talk about that, you know, we battled. You know, we were down by 2 when Guatney hit a 3. With about 3 minutes when the lights went out here in the CAA. I remember when the lights busted out right when we were kind of in a momentum, and the lights went out in the whole facility for like 30 minutes. You know, we lost that game in the finals in 2015. So, you know, just to continue to have another chance to live another day, and then to beat someone that you have a high respect for, that, you know, just really kind of you know, dominate our league. It's nice to have, you know, that for them to have this opportunity. To be honest, it's more so for them.
When they took the lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think maybe a lot of people were thinking, okay, kind of order restored. What was on your bench and players on the floor? What was their reaction to that at that point?
Really don't. I always tell them. I mean, I have to look a few times, but I don't spend my time. I have to look when it comes time to situation. But you know, so just very aware, and then we got a little more calculated, and we ran a few things to try because I knew we needed to score. So. But yeah, I mean, that, you know, it just didn't let us get down. You know, it was just like, okay, on to the next, let's go. You know, they're going to try to answer, and you know, I thought we answered. Obviously, Anna answered for us, and we, you know, answered in a couple different ways. But you know, we had that hairy moment with this terrible possessions, and I think that was in the third quarter. You know, or actually, the start of the fourth quarter. It was crazy. We were not getting much out of those possessions, a lot of wasted possessions. But you know, when it was time, we buckled down, and they executed, and they hit the shot. You know. They made the plays off of it, so we just needed to just go on to the next. I mean, it surely didn't affect us. It was no sweat. You know, we already been down 10, and then you get to this point, and then you go that you're just within striking range. So as long as you keep it to that level, you don't let them come back and give another body blow to you. You're in good shape. So just really proud of these guys. It's great win. Great win.
Anyone else?